Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm working on our curtains on the side of the barns here. Just getting ready for winter. These curtains, they're basically airbags that have a blower on the center that fill them up with air and keep them inflated. And the reason for that is it acts as insulation, and it seals up the barn really good in the winter time. So we basically go around, check all of them, make sure that they're all closing, like this bottom one here and the top one is. Check for holes, tape the holes shut, and if we have some to replace, we'll replace them. I usually check them over really good in the spring to make sure that we don't have any that are starting to get brittle. So if they get over 10 years, especially on the south side of the barn, the plastic will start to get brittle and then they need to be replaced. So we've got I think 6 to replace this fall. I'll put a video of that in, and then the rest of the video will be cutting the ryegrass, third cutting of the Italian ryegrass. Pretty crazy to think that we had our first cutting in June, second cutting in September, and third cutting in October. I'm glad we had it. It'll be bonus feed, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So we're out in the field here, the ryegrass field. This is the same field that we had those bales made on in the, I think it was maybe the second chopping video. So we were able to cut this another time here. We cut it about 10 days or 14 days ago. And we actually ended up getting a little bit of rain on it, which it's not great, but it looks like it's still pretty good. So we've had pretty cool temperatures, so we had to wait quite a while for this to dry out enough. And I'm surprised that we're actually making some pretty decent windrows here, so I think we should get a fair amount of bales off this field by the looks of it. Now he just started baling here around noon. I think it's maybe the 28th or 29th of October. Pretty crazy that we're able to make some hay this late in October, but yeah, we'll take it. Pretty much bonus bales for us, I guess. Can you wave? Hi. So I'm out in the field now, picking up these ryegrass bales with my dad here. So this is Italian ryegrass, and it's supposed to be the variety we see here is supposed to be good forage quality ryegrass. Don't really have a lot of experience with this crop. We tried it last year for the first time, and it was mixed results, I guess. It was a pretty late spring last year, and then it got dry over the summer. We had a decent amount of bales. I don't remember what the tonnage was per acre, but we wanted to try it again this year, and maybe we'll try it again next year. This year was dry again, so we really still don't know exactly what it can do in an average year. But the idea behind Italian ryegrass is that it's if we feed it to our cows, it can help with components, so it can help with butter, fat, and protein that in the cow's milk that they're producing. So we wanted to try it and see if we could even grow this crop here in North Dakota. Typically grass needs a lot of rain to really get good yields out of it, and we can be pretty dry in July and August, really the main growing part of the year. Like this year we were extremely dry, but even in normal years we can be fairly dry in those months. But this, I think in an average year, this variety that we're trying here, I think can do pretty good. We might have to give it another chance, I guess, to really give it a fair shake. So we actually haven't fed any of this yet to our cows. We have we fed some last year, but the bales we made last fall, we still have those. And plus we have this year's first, second, and now this is the third cutting. So we're gonna do a trial head-to-head this winter probably with this versus alfalfa, and so a couple pens of cows will get Italian ryegrass instead of alfalfa, and then we want to go a couple months and see if we can see a difference in the cow's production and in the components that are in the cow's milk when we're feeding this grass rather than alfalfa in the ration. So part of the reason we wanted to try this grass is alfalfa, it's a 3 or 4 year commitment, and this grass, it's a biennial, so it's actually the second year it would come back and produce a head. But in North Dakota, it's not really a winter hardy kind of grass, so this grass actually winter kills for the most part in North Dakota unless you have a lot of snow cover on it. So it's really just a 1 year thing, which kind of would make more sense for us so that we could rotate it in and out with corn silage. But we're not at that point yet where we want to put a lot of acres into this grass. It's more of just a trial period, I guess, at this point. Unloading the bales in the yard here. We didn't fill it all the way up, and we don't double them up. These bales can be pretty heavy. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, so we didn't really want to overdo it, especially since we're close to the farm here. For hauling dry hay or straw, we'll typically fill this trailer up with as many bales as we can fit on it. But just for these short trips, we figured we wouldn't overdo it. So we're just putting them on the concrete here in between the silage that we're feeding now. And then this pile on the left, this is that earlage that we had left. So we did that probably 2 weeks ago already. So it went okay. So the corn that was kind of laying down that they couldn't pick up with the chopping head, they were able to get most of it, but it wasn't really earlage. They were picking up quite a bit of plant material, so it was kind of a hybrid in between silage and earlage, which is fine. We'll take a sample of it when we start feeding from it. He's just about finished up. He looks like he has about 3 windrows left or so. It looks like we'll end up with about 140 or so bales, which is about 2 bales an acre. It was a little less than 85 acres this cutting because our silage pile was on part of this ryegrass when we put that silage pile off of the concrete there. So it's nothing I'm going to complain about, and I really appreciate them getting this cut and baled up. So it's Bennett's that cut it and raked and baled it. Darren and his wife was raking there, and you could see in the video they're raking in front of him baling. So they have a farm and ranch about 15 minutes away from us, and we've bought alfalfa hay from them every year that we've been here, besides this year because it was so dry that all the hay they put up they needed for themselves. But they're also in the process of I think they're done with soybeans, but they're combining corn at the moment. So I'm glad they were able to get this done in between some of the other jobs that they have going on their farm. So we're just taking the last load of bales of Italian ryegrass here back to the farm. You probably saw us grabbing them there with like a squeeze. So the reason we're doing that is these bales are wrapped in plastic and they'll ferment inside, kind of like our silage does. So we don't want to put any holes in that plastic because otherwise it'll start to get moldy. So we've got that bale squeeze, and you have to be pretty careful with it that you don't puncture the plastic or rub holes into it. And then we'll let them sit for probably a couple months, and then it'll ferment inside the bale, and then we'll feed it. So we're basically, it'll be, instead of Italian ryegrass hay, it'll be Italian ryegrass silage, just in bale form. It's pretty much what we're doing. But that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video.